afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
It is Fel and Wes here from Feather in the Wind, and today we are going to talk about
Mexico City, the top 10 things to do in Mexico City.
If you've been following us on our blog, we are in the middle, or actually we're close to the end of a 6-month backpacking trip throughout Mexico. We were recently in Mexico City for just over a month, and there is a lot to do in Mexico City. And so this list is just 10 of the things that we did, that we enjoyed. We know there's tons to do. We didn't get to see it all. I think you'd have to spend like a lifetime in Mexico City to know it all through and through.
Here are the top 10 things. Number 1.
Xochimilco. So Xochimilco is just a bit south in Mexico City. It is a beautiful day trip where you can go on the canals and ride in these traditional boats that they call trajineras. We had a really great time.
Yeah, we got there, just to give you a quick understanding, we got there, a guide's trying to sell us expensive tours. We went to there's a bunch of embarkments, so you go to another one and get it for cheaper. But it was great, like people having parties on them, there's music, there's other boats coming to sell you food, like they run along your side your boat.
It's like a huge party. There's like bachelorettes, there's weddings, there's family gatherings, and it's just really a really fun day trip.
Number 2, the Monarch Butterflies.
We were lucky enough to be in Mexico City just at the end of the season of the Monarch Butterflies. And so if you're in Mexico City around November to March-ish, you'll be able to see them. The actual reserve is far away, like you can see butterflies all the way to Michoacan, which is the next state over. So you need to do a bit of research, find a good company. It would be a full day trip. If you're renting a car, you would be able to do it on your own at your own pace, but it was beautiful. We saw lots of butterflies, and you can watch a clip too. We did a whole video on that.
Number 3, the Pyramids of Teotihuacan. Did I say that right? Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan.
I think that this is a not to miss day trip. Easy to get to. We wrote a post about it and we'll link it below. You don't need a tour if you don't want to, but it's a beautiful day exploring the sites and the pyramids of Teotihuacan.
This was my favorite day trip. 2 pyramids, one bigger than the other. Definitely do not go on a holiday. Try and get there early, beat the lines. We went on the busiest day, so don't expect this many people, but it was a great experience, 100% worth it.
Yeah.
Number 4, riding bikes in Mexico City.
On Sundays at Paseo de la Reforma, they close down the streets and you can ride the bikes, I think from 7 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. We've got a video all about that too. And it's a great way to enjoy the city when the roads are closed to traffic, because you can walk, jog, run, rollerblade, do whatever you want on the streets, get your exercise, and I actually fell, but other than that, it was a lot of fun.
Number 5, another favorite, Chapultepec Park. There is a lot going on in Chapultepec Park.
It's a huge park. There's a castle, a zoo, a pond where you can rent rowboats and paddle boats. Beautiful views of the city from the castle. Would really recommend spending a day there. There's always different events. There's food stalls, souvenirs. There's even a carousel in the forest. It's a really great place to spend a nice sunny day.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to feed a squirrel, 2 squirrels came up to me. I could feed them. It was great. Number 6.
The Zocalo. Definitely a thing to check out in Mexico City. A huge main city square and the historic center. From there you can walk up Madero Street, which is a really nice street closed off to traffic. Lots of cool shops. You can visit a traditional Mexican bakery. All the way up at the end there's the Latinoamerica Tower, which is a great spot for panoramic views of the city. And right by there there's the Bellas Artes building. Tip is to go inside the Sears building across from Bellas Artes up to the cafeteria that they've got on the 7th floor, I think. You'll be able to get great pictures of Bellas Artes and great views from there. And there's also a park nearby, and there's so much there. There's like the mail, the post office in that area is really beautiful, and it's free to check out and walk around. Lots to do in that area in the historic center.
Number 7, the neighborhoods of Mexico City. This one is very wide, so it could mean a lot of things, but let's just tell you about what we did. and what is definitely worth doing.
There are so many neighborhoods in Mexico City, and we didn't get to explore them all, but it's a really fun thing to see all the contrast among the neighborhoods. We went to Polanco, which was really fancy. There was an outdoor mall with these cool umbrellas.
Monarch Street, which is like, I think it's called Monarch Presidente. It's got all your fancy shops like Gucci, you know, that's where you find the Apple Store, all those fancy things.
For any shoppers out there, that would be a great place for some high-end shops. And then there's lots of neighborhoods all throughout Mexico City, like La Condesa, Roma, lots of different ones, so worth exploring.
Check it out. Number 8, the Library of Mexico City. There is nothing greater than this library.
Which library?
Well, I don't know what it's called.
I'm pretty sure it's called Vasconcelos Library.
It's amazing. Just go to it, it's free. You're gonna have to sneak your camera in, like you're allowed to take pictures with your phone. We were able to use the camera, but they didn't see us using it, so be aware that you should just try and hide your camera. It's great. Number 9.
The museums. There's so many museums in Mexico City. We did really enjoy the outside of the Sumaya Museum. Right beside that is the Jumex Museum. Near the Zocalo, there's the National Palace, the Anthropology Museum. So many museums in Mexico City.
The Sumaya Museum is crazy. You definitely gotta check that out. It's a spaceship. And the National Palace Museum is free. So definitely check that out. There might be a wait, so arrive right when it opens, which is around 9 or 10. And last but not least, number 10, the markets of Mexico City.
There are lots of different markets all throughout the city. We went to a couple. One that really impressed me was the Jamaica Flower Market. Biggest market I've ever seen, dedicated only to flowers, and it was really cool to see all the vendors with fresh flowers and bouquets. Really, really pretty, and the whole place smelled like flowers. It was awesome. Another market that we went to was called La Merced. A huge market. I believe it's one of the biggest in all of Mexico. They have everything that you could possibly want, from electronics to used clothing to food and vegetables, obviously. Really cool experience. We did a video about that too. Keep
your camera hidden for this. If you want to take pictures, I would do it on your phone. That's advice from the locals themselves, and have fun. So that's the top 10 things. That is the tip of the iceberg, because Mexico City is wild. It's huge, and there's literally a ton of stuff. I really liked it because there is a ton of stuff to do there.
It's hard to get bored in a city like Mexico City, and a lot of the stuff that we've talked about today we've actually made full videos about, so feel free to check those out. And we've written a post over on our travel blog too that we'll link below, and it's got this and a lot of other suggestions to do in Mexico City that we really loved and that are worth checking out if you're planning a visit to this beautiful city.
And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. We will answer every question we can.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We're gonna see what we get up to here in Huatulco now. Looks like a beautiful day. Happy travels.
See you next time.